to Bakerstreet.coasters live. Now today we are looking at a history. So this is like the history bit of Alton Towers Resort. So yesterday, if you do want to go and check out my video from yesterday about my review on the Alton Towers Christmas, then please don't click the link because God knows what's coming up here. But yeah, please go and watch my other videos on my page and remember to subscribe. Anyways, so today we are looking at X Sector's history. Now, X Sector, as we know, at the Alton Towers Resort holds 3 rides. No, hang on. It holds 2 rides, and 2 of them are coasters. Used to hold 4 rides, and then the 4th one kind of died, and the 3rd one. But it holds 2 roller coasters, both of which is closed at the moment during the Alton Towers Christmas event, but it opens back up in March. Now it holds the Smiler and it holds Oblivion. Oblivion is the oldest, whereas the Smiler is the newest, 10 years old, but we roll with that. Anyways, hello. So, X Sector was never used to be called X Sector. I had no clue what it was called at one point. So, we've got to look at the history map, which I really should have thought of before. Guys, I've just searched up History A, and it's come up with what is history and why study it. Why study history, guys? So let's look at the Alton Towers maps. Old maps. Right, I'm on Towers Times. Let's roll with that. Right, so this was where it's not even a thing during this time, like really. So in 1980s, it had absolute nothing. Where's half the park? I've just realised that. Even though I think the black hole's up there, but no, that's not the black hole either. We roll with the times. Keep going. All the way over there. So the black hole is there, and I have no clue what this area is called. That's Talbot Streets. No, this is nothing. But as you can see here, we've got the pirate ship, which is the only oldest ride in the park. Then we have the black hole, which replaced the Smiler. Then you have, where's Oblivion? It's not there yet. But we've got Cine 360, which is basically a cinema where, well, it's a cinema that was just 360. It was just a dome. It's really funny. Then the black hole got relocated for the, God knows what this year was. What year is this? 1988. So it got relocated here, and then I think that's the Cine place. Then you've got the Blade, which is now in Forbidden Valley. So we move on a bunch of years. Oh wait, I swear I'm going back in years. To the 2000s. But you've got Oblivion. Hang on. Right, it was called Fantasy World. Right, there you go. It was called Fantasy World. You've been there since 1995. That is actually amazing, I can't lie. If you were to ride one coaster located in X Sector all day, which would it be? Mine would be Oblivion. Mine would be Oblivion as well, only because the Smiler's got huge queues. I would hate to queue up for it like so long. And the fact that Oblivion has really low queues, I would ride it all day. No longer, I would literally ride it all day. That is an amazing temp, and I'm going to do that and break their record. So Fantasy Island. So before X Sector, before anything, Fantasy Island was a thing, and it had the black hole, it had the Blade, it had the Cine 360. Now, Cine 360 was a cinema where the whole walls would just basically be a cinema, and you could see it all. Andrea says, love Oblivion and Smiler with my stunning girlfriend Andrea. See, I absolutely love the Smiler. I absolutely love the Oblivion, but the Smiler's really rough, so I favour Oblivion over Smiler at this point. But it is what it is. And then in the 1991, the exact same happened. We still had Black Hole. It was called Fantasy Island. The Blade was still there, or pirate ship, as they call it. Keep going on a few years and a little bit more years, and then during the 1997 season, the 1997 season, a world's first roller coaster was built. Now, everyone knows what this coaster is because it was SW4. Oblivion's SW4. So yeah, Oblivion's SW4. Now, it was the world's first, and then you had at 97 you also had SW3, which was Nemesis, but SW4 was also coming to the park. Now it was advertised as a government facility. Now if I show you the Libyan advert, so I think it's quite cool to see how this whole thing basically just develops. Watch it just give me a bunch of random ads now. No. Now, there is many different things wrong with that whole advert there. Well, firstly, the good thing is they had the name of Don't Look Down, which was very intimidating because the only thing you can do is look down. So the fact that they have that is pretty cool. Now, the next thing they say is they go, the world's first vertical drop roller coaster. No, it is not. It doesn't even reach 90 degrees. Now, the only way Oblivion will become 90 degrees if only it had spring-loaded wheels, where basically the track's like that, and it will basically need that spring, so it latches on. I have no clue why I got spring-loaded tyres, but we roll with it. Too much in depth. Anyways, so Alton Towers SW4 was okay. It had the amazing music to it. Lord of Darkness. You also had the Lord of Light, I think it was called, but then due to a incident that recently happened in 2016, they had to get rid of the Lord of Light because they were going, no, this ride is it's not safe or something like that. It was along the lines of that anyways. So yeah, Alton Towers SW4, it then changed X Sector forever, or shall I say Fantasyland, whatever they call it. Now at this time, Black Hole was there and it was the only ride in the park, whilst the Blade got moved to where Nemesis is, and it's still there now. Now Black Hole was there for quite a few years, and then during the 1998 we then saw the arrival of Oblivion. Now this was built a year before, and then this was built in year 1998. Now Oblivion, as you can see, is amazing. I love how it's got that government facility side to it. New for 98. I have no clue what that is. I think that is Energizer. Yes, so I think it then became X Sector. Is it not X Sector? That is really plain to see. No, it is still Fantasy World. That's pretty sad. Moving on up a little bit. So that area is still named Fantasy World. Now the fact that it's called Fantasy World, we haven't had the X Sector or government facility thing yet. So we had the Black Hole, and then we had Energizer, which was a Bone Shaker thing, or it was named Bone Shaker when Ugland opened, where Dark Forest is now. But it was one of the many different rides that have been in X Sector or Fantasyland, where it's literally not been themed or has been themed to some sort of government facility. Now the only time we don't see rides in X Sector not being themed to a government facility is the latest rides which have left the park. Let me tell you, Spin Jam, Twistertron, they just left the park and they had no theming whatsoever. Did not like them. Retro Squad can just go away. Anyways, so in the 1998 season we then saw Oblivion open, saw Energizer open, then that lasted for quite a few years until the 2000s, where everything changed. Energizer and Enterprise. Yes, there we are. So we got Energizer, and now we have Enterprise. Now Enterprise was dead. Enterprise used to be the oldest ride in the park, alongside the Blade. Or I think the Blade was older than the Enterprise. Now Energizer did get put in, and it was a spinning wheel that goes up. I have no clue, but it was an amazing ride, and it went for this season after it being permanently removed and then put back together, and then removed and put back together. It was just a very concerning ride for that thing. Now during the 2000 season, we had Hex, which was open. We had a partnership with BBC, with Barney, I think it was. I don't know about Submission. No, that's not Submission. I keep thinking that's Submission because of how they advertise Submission. But no, that's not Submission. And then it was during the 2002 season where we saw Ugland opened. That became, so Energizer's now there, which is Bone Shaker. And X Sector, I think that's X Sector still. Yes, X Sector officially opened with Oblivion, Black Hole, which is now the oldest thing in this area. And now we have Submission. Now, Submission opened in 2002, but didn't last very long in the park, only due to the fact, okay, I take it back, Submission lasted quite long. Very long in my case. But Submission, it was an okay ride, but I have to say it was very hurtful when it was upside down because it literally clung onto your legs. It's like, why? Now, there used to be different dinosaur pieces in here before X Sector. It then got moved to the Flume, or not this Flume, that was Ducks, but way before the Imperial ever took over the Flume, the dinosaur like theming from X Sector now got moved there. And then when the Flume got rethemed to Imperial Leather's Flume, and Chessington also had Imperial Leather's Bubble Works, that no longer had dinosaurs to it. Now, God knows what a log flume has got to do with dinosaurs, but we roll with that. Sure, I can't say that, but yes, you're right. Beginning in 1972, sure. I can't. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, during the 2010, we saw 13 open. I don't know why I'm telling you about the other map. I mean, we're looking here. So during 2010, we saw 13, a collab with Sega, but Enterprise, Oblivion, and Submission all stay the same. Now, what we have seen is the black hole has just vanished, no longer there. It's like dead. It's just gone into a black hole and died. And then we have, why is Oblivion down here now? What is this? I've just realised this. It's up here. What? Okay. It's still down there. It's like the whole of the map's just died. Okay. And then we have the Smiler. There we go. That's when it was officially a government facility site, and Enterprise is still there. Now, the Smiler is the 14 looping roller coaster, which everyone knows, because if I mention the Smiler to anyone, they'll go, oh yes, isn't that at Alton Towers Resort? The Alton Towers Resort. Of course it is. It's the only roller coaster which has a world record and has stayed that world record for 10 years, because nobody's ever thought of going above and beyond and saw the days of the Smiler being beaten. Because, you know, the world record holder at the time was Colossus in another Merlin park in the UK that also had 10 inversions, and that was at Thorpe Park. Smiler came along and topped every single inversion in the world. Now, the only second roller coaster with the most inversions is 11. It was called the 11th coaster, which I really did not know. But the Smiler had some really good theming, and it still does. It's still at the park. 10 years old today, so it opened 10 years ago, 2013, and it made X Sector what it is today, because you literally walk into X Sector and the first thing you hear is the Smiler music, that taunting music. But yet again, not like I'm a criminal, because I literally listen to that music. So then we move on a bunch of years and more years and way more years, and the Smiler stays the same. Enterprise stays the same. Until we see a breakthrough in, well, let's just say a breakthrough in this. The rubbish rides come along, mixtape, Fun Can Fly. I totally forgot what that's called. Roller Disco. It doesn't look like Roller Disco to me. The Smiler's really miniature now. It's not very major in the park. Then we saw Spin Jam come along, and then, oh no, it's gone completely. Of course it went completely. We no longer have Enterprise in X Sector. We don't even have the two rides that replaced Enterprise. What was the point of you replacing Enterprise? I swear to God, they should have never, ever, ever replaced Enterprise, because we've literally had Twistertron for a year and just left the park. the spin jam for years left the park. What happened to permanent flat rides? I'm a bit concerned because now they've got a whole massive space for a retro squad ride or another flat ride. But what's the point of taking away something that really did work? Did all the retro rides in Darkest Depths? Oh no, did all the retro squad rides including Darkest Depths at night Scarefest? Yes, yeah, again, I loved the retro squad rides at night. I did Funk and Fly at night. That was pretty cool, but it just doesn't work because even though the lighting's really cool and I like how we use LED lights, it's dead. It's not good. It's like the retro squad needs to help themselves and become an actual squad. There's only 3 of them ever been in the park at once. I mean, where's the 4th person? Never been there. Never has been. Never will. Anyways, I am going to go now. My little rant on Acceptor, but we roll with it. Acceptor's quite cool. I love the theming to it. Love how you got that taunting music of the Smiler. Got taunting music of Oblivion and the Lord of Darkness. But it is what it is. We can't change it. I wish the people who live near Alton Towers didn't complain about Oblivion having the words "Don't look down" as you was held on the drop bit, because normally on Oblivion you get to the top and then you're held at the drop and it says "Don't look down," but then people nearby apparently kept hearing this, and then they complained to the court, and the court then got the order of Alton Towers not having this anymore. But we roll with it. Anyways, scare mazes are better in the dark. Definitely, it is definitely better in the dark. I cannot lie. Scare mazes in the dark, they're just so much more intense. Whereas if you do it like 3 o'clock, I mean, who the hell does that? Why would you? It's called scare mazes for a reason. You come out with the dark, it gives that really dark atmosphere. It means no light seeping through. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. Smile always. I want to know what you guys think of X Sector and the history. And yeah, remember to subscribe and follow me. Whatever else I'm gonna post this on, I totally forgot. I'm really sorry for stuttering today, guys. But it is what it is. Anyways, bye guys.